If you can't hear me or you just want to be off mute, whatever you want to do, let's start with those jumping jacks. Wake up the body. So, totally drawing the focus this morning to the legs and to the core. So we're mostly focusing glutes when we head to core, but we need a little bit of ab strength in there, a little bit of oblique strength as well. No weights, so we're going to rely on endurance, repetition, and a little bit of plyometrics to get the heart rate up. Keep it going. All right, so we're staying light on the toes. During the warm-up, make sure that you're paying close attention to anything that feels a little extra sore or tight or off balance this morning. Let's go 3, 2, 1, and right into some butt kicks. We're going to spend a little extra time this morning warming up the ankles and the knees and just making sure everything moves together, pain-free, and that we're connecting to those muscles. Get the heels all the way up. Kicking the ground, back behind you. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and slow it down into those high kicks. Cross body. Get the toes up nice and high here. And try to keep the legs fairly straight, because you really want to feel that stretch through the hams, through the glutes. Keeping those shoulders down and back. Starting to pay attention to your core and keeping that lower back nice and straight. Our goal here is to be going at a pace where we can still feel the stretch, but starting to feel the body temperature heat up a little bit. Let's go 2, 1. All right, knees to chest. Nice and tight into the body. Drop. Find your balance first. And then you can add in that open as soon as you're feeling pretty comfortable with it. You can do these standing in place. You can do these walking. Whatever works for you. Open and drop. Again, working on a little bit of stability here. We are going to do some sort of lateral and single-sided movements. So we want to make sure that we're feeling pretty good, locking it into place, and not getting the wobbles. Let's do one more each side. Squeeze, open, and drop. All right, shake the legs up, nice wide stance. Arms up and out to this side. We're just going to do a few pulls here. Oh, let's do that. To wake up the obliques a little bit here. So that's what you're paying attention to this time through. Feeling that torso stretch from the hips all the way through the opposite fingertips. Big pull. Let's just do a couple more here, and then we're going to turn this right into toe touches. All right, whenever you're ready, square off the hips at the top, and then dive into those toe touches. There should be a little bit of tightness left over from yesterday's workout. We're going to wrap it out until that starts to loosen up a little bit and the body figures out that it's okay to stretch through that. Drawing your shoulders down towards the leg, really trying to be purposeful about this movement. Moving through the fullest range of motions you can manage at 8:30 in the morning. Let's do one more each side. Take it really slow motion for this last one. All right. Take that deep breath in and reach for the ceiling here. Stand up nice and tall, stretching the spine as tall as you can take it. Push your butt back behind you and reach for the ground. Sink into it here. And then add in that soft knee, right to left. Keep your feet flat on the ground here. So even the side of the foot as you rock to the opposite side, I want flat on the ground. Get that stretch going on. Like I said, we're going to be messing around with high reps, low rest periods, and a little bit of power in there. So we just want to make sure that every muscle sort of awake, ready to go. right from the start. Push your hips back as you continue to rock side to side. And then draw the hips forward again. Let's go 3, 2, and 1. Straighten those legs out and sink into that forward fold. And then walk the heels in, followed by the toes, heels and toes, and roll those shoulders up to the ceiling. All right, just shake out the upper body for a second here. We're gonna wake up the joints now a little bit. So slight step forward, about a half step forward with that right foot. All of your weight is over the right heel, and you're gonna start tracing the outline of that foot up the inside, across the toes, and then down the outside of the foot. Go 3 in one direction, and then 3 in the opposite direction. You're gonna feel the ankles start to wake up. You're gonna feel the knees sort of moving around in maybe some awkward angles, but you wanna be able to do that and still stabilize the body. And then you're gonna switch sides. That left foot comes forward, same idea. All that weight goes onto the heel, and you're tracing that outline. Like I said, we're doing a lot of lateral movement, some single-sided movement today, so you just want to make sure that the joints are as awake and that you're as connected to them as you are to the muscles. All right, when you have finished with the ankles, you're going to start with your feet parallel to each other. We're going to retrace that exact same movement, but you're going to do it with your knees now. So slight bend in the hips so that you have a lot of mobility. Trace the inside of the feet across the toes and down to the outside again. So we're looking at hips and knees here. 3 or 4 in one direction, and then you're just going to opposite direction, reverse direction. And again, the knees might feel like they're moving at angles that you don't normally hit, but we just want to make sure that we can sort of increase that range of motion and protect those joints. All right, then we're gonna shake it out and we're gonna dive right in. So, we're going lower body. You don't need a single weight, you do need a mat. Set up or just off to the side, you'll have some time to set it up. We're gonna start on our feet, head down to the mat, and then finish on our feet here, okay? So again, a lot of movements here, not a ton of rest periods, and definitely some movement between exercises with 0 rest periods. So just pay attention, follow along, and try to keep that stamina up. We're just going to start with bodyweight squats to sort of warm everything up. Whatever stance is comfortable for you, so whether that's a little bit more narrow or shoulder width apart, just quick bodyweight squats here to warm things up. And we do one a little bit quicker than normal. So once you sort of nail that form, you want to be picking up the pace a little bit here. We're going to play with slow holds and faster pace movement as well. Keep that lower back nice and straight. Should already be starting to feel those quads. We're going to come up on our first hold here in 3, 2, and 1. You're just going to find the bottom of that squat and you're just going to hold. You can pulse it out if you want to, or you just hold with that butt pushed back behind you. Try to keep the torso upright, maybe at a slight angle. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, good way to wake it up. Shake everything out. We're going to go into our first cardio movement. We're doing lateral shuffles. So 2 to the side, 2 to the side. We're just going back and forth. And it becomes 3 because I just said 2 and did 3. Whatever it takes to sort of get a little bit of momentum going on. That side shuffle. Get a little bit lower. So we're in that sort of wider squat stance. Yeah, there you go. If the touchdown helps at the end of the shuffle, you can add that in. We're going to get ready to slow this one down too. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're still shuffling. Butt gets even lower. And now we're just taking those walking steps. So this is what we're going to play with a lot here. A change of pace, but still rocking and rolling without a rest. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, stand up nice and tall, shake those legs out. All right, heart rate should be up already. We're 2 exercises in and still feeling pretty good here. We're going to go down into a pulse squat. You're going to do 2 pulses and then stand up nice and tall. Here we go. Feet shoulder width apart. Let's go. Pulse. There you go. Yeah, you have to do the arm flap first. Yep, exactly. Exactly. So that double pulse at the bottom, push up through the heels. Yeah. And up. These are pretty fast-paced exercises in terms of moving from one to the next. So you got to sort of lock it in right from the get-go to get the most out of each exercise. So we're going to come up on adding a pop here. You're going to pulse twice at the bottom, and instead of just standing, you're going to pop up out of it in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So pulse and pop, pulse and pop. Yeah, there we go. Add in that bit of power. Push through the toes. Get that heart rate up. Yes. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. All right, shake it out. Shake it out. We're going to move into a little bit of hamstring work here. We're going to go in for good morning. So, fingertips behind the head. Feet shoulder width apart. You're going to push the butt back behind you. Squeeze the glutes. And draw yourself back up to a standing position. So we're going to slow things down a little bit here. We're going to come up on a hold instead of a pop at the end of this exercise. And we're going to go into a chair pose. So what that means is you're going to straighten your arms, slight bend in the knees, push that butt back. That's in 3, 2, and 1. So down into that good morning. Arms go straight. And then all I'm going to have you do is alternate lifting your heels. So right heel, left heel. Right and left. This arm pose is going to stretch the work all the way down to your lower back. We have 5 seconds to go. We have 4, 3, 2, 1. And stand up nice and tall. Shake those legs out. All right. Deep breath in. Not a ton of break here. We're going to go right into split stance lunges. So we're going to start with that right leg forward. Left leg steps back. Split stance lunge. So you're just heading right down to the mat, right back up in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right foot in front, down, and press up. Adjust as you need to. So that front leg, you're looking for 90 degrees. And you're looking for the body to pretty much be heading in an up-down motion, not a forward and back motion. Locking those muscles into really good form right from the get-go, because our next move with this stance is a hold at the bottom of the exercise in 4, 3, 2, 1. Down into that hold again. You can either hold or you can pulse. If little movements here helps you to get through this hold, this isometric portion of the exercise, that's just fine. This is going to be a rapid fire transition over to the other leg. Keep it holding. 3, 2, and 1. Standing up nice and tall. Just a quick little shake out. And then the left leg comes to the front. Step it back with the right leg. Let's go. Split stance lunge. Down and up. Stick with it. Nice and done here. Down and up. That back knee slowly approaches the ground. Stay in control. And you're pushing hard through that front heel to stand back up nice and tall. Feeling good. Coming up on that hold in 3, 2, and 1. Down into the hold. Pulse or hold, whatever works for you here. Those legs are really starting to burn. The good news is we have 1 exercise and then we get an actual break. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Heck yeah, shake it out. All right, here we go. Let's finish up with a little bit of power. You're going to bound forward. So big jump forward, finding as much distance as you can. Duck walk it back. So here we go. Big bounce forward, stay low, duck walk it back. Those quads at this point should be burning. So that duck walk is going to be a powerful finisher to this first part of the workout. Stay low. We have 10 seconds of bounce to go. And then we're just going to duck walk it forward and back to finish it up. 3, 2, and 1. Wherever you are, you're just going forward. Squat walk, back. Squat walk. Finish it up. Come on, we got this. This is round 1, almost in the books. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand it up nice and tall and shake the legs out. Beautiful. Heck yeah. That burn in the quads should be real deal right now. Grab some water. Keep the legs moving. What you don't want to do right now is just stop moving and let the legs tighten up, right? Keep that blood moving. Keep the muscles going. All right. So, we're heading down to the mat. If you need to spread that mat out now, is the time. We're going to drive our focus to the glutes for a little bit. So, mats on the ground. We're going to start down in a glute bridge position. Same idea here, right? Start with one exercise, finish with something a little bit more powerful, or a hold, and move on to the next. Here we go. Should be breathing a little bit harder. That's where we want to start. Round 2. So, simple glute bridges, nothing fancy. 2, and 1. Lift those hips, and back to the mat. Take these first few seconds here to take some deep breaths in, some slow exhales, regain the composure, and regain some control in your movement. We're going to get ready for a hold at the top of this glute bridge in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift those hips up nice and high and hold. Nice straight back. Core is nice and tight. Remember, this whole round is glutes focused. So we're just sort of waking things up right now. 3, 2, and 1. Hips to the mat. All right, go ahead and roll it to your left side. We're going to do some clam shells here. So your left side is entirely on the mat. Your right leg is going to open up into that clamshell. So up into the butterfly and right back down. Lift. Hips and shoulders stay facing forward. This should feel like a nothing movement in terms of what the rest of the body is doing. Right now, you're just focusing on that right butt cheek. Tension, lift, and down, and control. All right, we're going to do another hold. So what you're going to do is you're going to open to the top of that butterfly. Boom, right here, and you're just going to do little pulses at the top of the butterfly. So knee comes down maybe an inch, and right back up. This is constant tension, and you are definitely going to get to the point where that muscle says, I don't think I can do it anymore. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and relax. Turn it over to your back. So we're back in glute bridge position here. I want your heels a little bit closer to your butt, and we're just going right back into those glute bridges. It's a little bit of a tighter posture than we started off with. So the heels are nice and close to the butt. Same good form counts for this round as it did in the first round. That nice straight back. The core stays nice and tight. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hips are high and hold. Squeezing the butt right now. Keeping the hips nice and high. Nice straight line from the shoulders to the knees. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Down to the mat. All right, roll it over onto that right side. We got to balance things out. Clam shells. Left leg's on top. Your head stays resting on the right arm, straight down on the mat. Here we go. Clam shells, top knee, heads towards the ceiling, and then right back down towards the mat. Again, nothing else moves. Super subtle, super focused. Open and down to the mat. We're going to get ready for those pulses. We have about 10 seconds, so you're going to head to the top of the exercise, remember, and pulse from there in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Top of the movement, little pulses. We typically have a ton of control with the glutes, but because this is so concentrated, you're going to start to sort of feel that you're not quite as in control. Let's go for 3, 2, and 1. Whew. All right, we got to stretch those legs out a little bit. So how we're going to do that, you're going to flip it around. We're going to start in a high plank. Straight arms, step it back. And you're just going to do big lunges forward, stepping to the outside of the hand, alternating sides. We're just stretching through the hips, stretching through the glutes, and getting a little bit of a core challenge in right in the center of this workout. Step it forward and pull it back. You probably know this already, but our hold is going to be a simple plank hold in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step it back and hold. Remember, we're getting in a little bit of a core challenge, but we're also looking to stretch things out here at this sort of midway line. 3, 2, and 1. Knees touch down. Sit it back in child's pose briefly just to stretch out those glutes. And we're actually going to retrace our steps now. So we're right back into that high plank position. And we're right back into those deep lunges, stepping it out. So this round of deep lunges should feel a little bit looser than that first round. You can get that foot a little bit further up towards the hands. And you're not just working on loosening the tightness that you just created with those clam shells. Step it forward. Stick with it. Get ready for the hold in 3, 2, and 1. Plank hold. Find that nice straight line. Shoulders to heels. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees touch down. Sit it back in child's pose again. So we're going to sort of reverse direction here. We're still focused on glutes. We're not quite done on the mat yet. You're going to draw yourself forward and down to your elbows, down to your forearms. Go ahead and reach that right leg out back behind you. We're going to start with some straight leg kickbacks. So right up to the ceiling, and then toes right back down. Keeping the hips facing the mat, so don't let that right hip open up to the side at all. Hold steady. We're coming up on another hold here. We're going to pulse out at the top of this exercise just like we did with the clam shells in 3, 2, and 1. So you're at the top of the kick. Again, straight backs, and the hips are facing the mat. Don't twist. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Draw that right knee in. Woo. Go ahead and straighten out the left leg. We're going to balance things out. So straight leg kickbacks here in 3, in 2, and 1. Let's go. Heel up towards the ceiling and right back down. Kick it up. Yeah, there we go. Stick with it. Hitting those glutes right now. That is our focus for this entire middle circuit is glutes, glutes, and more glutes. 10 seconds coming up on that hold. Taking those deep breaths in when you can. 3, 2, and 1. Get that heel nice and high and pulse it out. Slow and steady here. Time under tension is what we're going for. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. legs down. We're gonna go back to those single-sided glute exercises, but the side of the glute. So I'm gonna flip it so I'm laying back on my left side so we can get that right leg again. This time, legs are nice and straight. We're just going in for that high leg lift. Toes pointed forward, foot is flexed, and so the side of your right foot should be heading up towards the ceiling and back down. And what that does is creates tension before you even move that leg, right? All right, so our hold here is actually going to be small circles with that right leg as close to the left leg as you can get it without stopping. Here we go. Bring it nice and close to the left leg, forward circles. Little circles here, nice and controlled. Yeah, nice. Left hip stays solid on the mat. Let's go for 3, 2, and 1. Relax that right leg. Roll it to your back. We're going to do another set of glute bridges here. Back to just the standard, wherever your heels land as a comfort zone. 3, 2, and 1. Glute bridge. Push the hips up to the ceiling and right back down. Good time to lock in form again. Paying attention to your lines and to your mind-muscle connection. Hips nice and high, and then right back down to the mat. All right, this time, our hold is going to include a butterfly. So we're going to go up to the top in 3, 2, and 1. Up to the top of the bridge, and then you're going to butterfly those knees, push out to the side and into the center. Out, back to the center. Keep the hips nice and high, even as the legs butterfly out to the side. Let's go 3, 2, 1, and hips to the mat. Nicely done. All right, even things out. So we're over onto the right side. That left leg stays nice and straight. You're going to kick that straight leg up towards the ceiling. Remember, flex that foot, keep the toes pointed forward so you got that tension locked in right from the start of the movement. You should feel a side of the glute right now in a big way. Lift and draw it in. Yeah, nice slow control. Now remember, we're going in for those circles in 3, 2, and 1. That leg comes down towards the right leg and little circles. Little forward circles. Just sort of lock in that burn. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. One more time. Onto the back. This time those heels come a little bit closer in towards the butt for our glute bridges. Here we go. Lift the hips and right back down to the mat. Your heels should be closer to your butt this time than they were on that, well, this is our 3rd round of glute bridges, but on that last round of glute bridges. Draw the heels in, squeeze the hamstrings, squeeze the glutes. Hips right up to the ceiling, right back down. Here's that repetition, right? We're just going for endurance. 3, 2, go ahead and lift those hips nice and high. Pause at the top. Butterfly. So push those knees out and draw them back to the center. Let's really just get the side of those glutes. Give them something to remember for this last circuit. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Middle circuit is done. Draw those knees in towards your chest just to give a little stretch to the glutes. And then when you're ready, rock and roll back up to your feet. We're not quite done yet. We've got one more circuit to go. So, grab some water, move the legs around a little bit. Oh, I just got a little lightheaded. Don't stand up too fast. All right, here we go. We're 2 rounds in. We have 1 round to go. We're going to stick with our game plan. Play with high reps. Play with changes mid-exercise and just have some fun with it. We're going to add a little bit of cardio here. We're going to start off with skaters. So back and forth, big pushes, big power out of those legs. Here we go. Make sure you have plenty of space side to side here. We're going to start with skaters in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. All right, so we're starting with skaters. We're getting that heart rate back up a little bit here. Our first change of exercise is going to be a curtsy lunge hold, right? So we're sort of turning that curtsy lunge right now into plyometric movement. When we hold, whichever leg you're on, you're going to go down into that curtsy lunge and pulse it out in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slow it down and pulse. Slow that heart rate. Slow that body down. Woo! Hold steady. 10 seconds. A little bit longer of a hold right now. Remember which leg you're on because you're going to want to hit the other side. 3, 2, and 1. Stand up nice and tall and shake the legs out. Very little rest. I like where your head's at. We're going right back into skaters in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Very little time to rest. If you don't remember which leg you just did your skate or your curtsy on, that's okay. I'm sure you will remember as soon as you start doing the same leg. Woo, come on. Push it. Big power. This is our last round. Whatever you've got left in the tank goes into this round. Yeah, beautiful. Come on. Coming up on that opposite side. Curtsy. 3, 2, and 1. Slow it down. Find that pulse. Whew. Yeah, baby. All right. Pulse it out. Again, feeling those glutes. Feeling the quad. Hold steady. We're almost there. We're so close. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. A little bit longer of a break this time. Nicely done. Heart rate's right back up there. Glutes are still kicking. Quads are back on fire. Let's hit those hammies a little bit. We're going to go back into that good morning. So an exercise we have already done. Fingertips behind the head. Push the butt back behind you. Squeeze the glutes right back up to the top. Want to stretch those hands out. Get them involved again. Now remember, our hold on this one is going to be that chair pose. So your hips are going to go back, your arms are going to straighten. And we're going to start with that heel lift in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arms straighten. Find that chair pose, so a little bit of a bend in the knees, and then heels up. 1 and 2, right to left. Keep that butt back behind you. Feel that lower back a little bit. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sit nice and tall and shake those legs out. We're coming up on the end here, so we're going to go a little bit beast mode. We're going to alternate forward lunges. So right to left, big step forward. In 3, 2, and 1. Forward step, back to the top. Forward. All right. So we're nearing the end of the workout, which means we want to use up whatever is left in the tank. So that means that where this lunge is going is into a plyometric lunge. So switching from right to left in the air, or you can continue to step it out. It really depends on how those legs are feeling, what you've got left in energy, and push. We've got 5 seconds. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're going to turn that lunge into a jump lunge. Yeah. Remember, everything that's left, that's what we're using up. And it's quick. We're at 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand up and shake it out. One more exercise, I promise. Now that we just beat up with the jump lunges, we're going to do step out squats. So you're going to go step it out, center, over to the other side. Here we go. Last exercise. Whatever's left, this is where we're taking it. Woo! All right. Get that butt nice and low. We're finishing up with a total leg exercise. So We're going to take this step squat and turn it into an in and out squat pop to finish up this workout. In 5, in 4, 3, 2, and 1. In and out squat pops. That in and out turns to this. Let's go. Come on. This is it. Final push right here. If those legs are burning, then you're in the perfect spot to just drive through. Prove to yourself that you got it in you. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Stand it up. Shake those legs out. Grab some water, and then let's stretch it out. Whew. Nicely done. It's definitely not cold down here anymore. All right. Shaking those legs. We're going to start super simple with just some standing butt kicks. Stretch out those quads. Getting those heels up towards the butt. And just a little bit of movement to sort of keep the body coming down at a steady pace here. Let's go. 3, 2, and 1. You're going to turn that butt kick into a knees to chest. And it's a little bit, as I fall over, a little bit more rapid fire than that warm up. We're still just giving the body a little bit of time to sort of come back down towards normal. We got a lot going on in this workout. Let's do 3, 2, 1 more each side. Boom. All right, let's go ahead and get our stretch on. Right leg first. We're going to go into that quad stretch. Super simple. Just grab that heel, draw it up towards your butt. Keep the hips nice and even here. All you're looking for is a stretch through the quads. You don't want the hips to pull. You don't want the knee to pull. I want you to take deep breaths through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Heart rate starts to slow down. Keep all your thoughts on this workout right now. Go ahead and drop that right foot over to the left side. Just stay in focus for a couple more minutes on your body, on this moment. Body's warm, energy's up. Go ahead and drop that left foot. We're going to take a slightly wider than shoulder width stance. And we're going to do a couple of stretches standing nice and tall first. Reach up and over the body, right to left. Really, you're looking at what that top arm is doing, stretching the torso, stretching the obliques. Let's go 1 more each side. Nice. Excellent. Then stand it up nice and tall. Tuck that tailbone. Take that deep breath in and reach for the ceiling. Long lines here. Push your butt back and reach for the floor. All right. Here we go. Now we can hold this stretch. Now we can sink into it. I want you to breathe out any tension that you're feeling in your neck or your shoulders. If you're feeling like you're holding your chin up, go ahead and let the weight of your head just drop right down towards the mat. Walk those hands over to the right foot. So the torso twist just slightly here. Feeling most of that stretch in the right leg, in the right hamstring. Back to the center and over to the left foot. Switching that stretch up a little bit, finding a different angle. Go ahead and walk those hands back to the center. So, with your fingertips on the mat, I want you to lower your butt, bend the knees into a sort of deep frogger here. You don't have to get the butt super low, but I just want to stretch out those hips a little bit, stretch out the glutes. Go ahead and straighten the legs back up. We're going to do that a few times. So go ahead and bend the knees, drop the butt nice and low, the chest comes up into that frogger stretch. Straighten out those legs. Let's do it one more time. Frogger. And then you're going to straighten those legs and exhale, long, slow exhale as you sink further into this forward fold. And then when you're ready, step it to the center and roll those shoulders up towards the ceiling. Big shoulder rolls back behind you. Another long exhale, and you guys kicked butt today. Nice leg day. Whew.